recently, a man's been blowing up recently in YouTubescape and Twitchscape. His name's Logan Argren. I'm a particular fan of this man. And recently, he uploaded a video called I'm Not Your Friend. And what this video consisted of was him talking about how he and many other content creators are not your friend, aka you're being your band, the community, your viewers, all that stuff. He was making a point to make sure that you understand that content creators and fans are separate. They'll never probably reach a level of friendship. I'm probably putting it a little bit harshly, but that is basically what he was saying. That he is just here for content. And you should enjoy his content, but you should not think that you are friends. You are anything more than just a viewer and a content creator. And that's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. But when he said that, I understood perfectly because there are some weirdos in the world that will go out of their way to think that you are friends with them. The thing I don't agree with Ludwig on is when he say that it is completely just it's a parasocial relationship. That is what he was saying. I do believe that he is right about that. But I disagree with the point he was making that it's only ever parasocial relationship. And with this video, I want to give my viewpoint on the situation. I'm a small channel, but I still like to think that I can have a kind of opinion. Like you have an opinion on anything, like cocks and balls, tits and ass, Skyrim and fucking Elder Scrolls. I think it's the same thing. So, to give you a better understanding of what he was talking about, basically, let's say you're quite a big streamer. Maybe you average about like 1,000 viewers, or you're a content creator on YouTube or whatever, and you average like 100 views, 1,000 views, whatever, so. Basically, you're a content creator of any sort, okay? And you have your community, the people that love watching you, who support you and all that stuff. And you always go, oh, I love my fans, and they think that you're specifically talking to them, like one-on-one, instead of just a conglomerate of numbers and usernames you don't understand. So they think like, oh, this is my friend. This is my friend. I totally like can relate to. I can joke around with them, and that's where the line is where the viewer may think that they know you, they understand you, they can joke with you, they can call you your real name. Like they think that, but they really don't know you. They know they know parts of you, or at least what they want to show them. They don't know the content creator. They don't know that person. And that is what the point Ludwig was trying to make, was that they don't know, I don't know them, and they don't know me. And that's perfectly fine. It's a very good point that he was making. But I wanted to believe that they're not being, or at least content creators are not being completely disingenuous and just like, oh, I'll only make videos because I just want to give a content, which is fine. Make videos however you feel like. But I feel like, or at least my thing is, the appreciation and gratitude content creators show to their fans is not, at least sometimes it is, like examples of Logan Paul and Jake Paul and all those weirdos. Examples of those that they're not fake. Appreciation and gratitude, I feel like, is something that is rooted in our DNA. I feel like appreciate and gratitude just rooted into our beings, that we just have to say we appreciate people, we say thank you, we appreciate people that help us out in life. I feel like that's kind of rooted in us, and people that just don't have that, probably something wrong with that. So when a streamer goes, I love my fans, I feel like that's not being just, yes, you hear it a million times, you don't want to keep saying it, especially for the content creator side. You don't want to keep saying I love my fans or like thank you, because it gets redundant and people might not believe you. But I don't think that's completely disingenuous just saying thank you, I love it. If, in my eyes at least, if I had as big as a fan base as some of these people, I would constantly say I appreciate you, I love my fans, because they support me, they give me everything and all that stuff. Yeah, I really do. I'll totally appreciate that. But I don't think most content creators are disingenuous like that, or dishonest with their appreciation and gratitude. I don't think that's it. And also, going back to the fan base of the streamer, content creator, whatever, the content creator has a direct influence on their fan base. They can make their fan base as toxic as possible. They can make it as wholesome, 100 doggo as possible. They can really do what they can mold their fan base into whatever they want. Of course, you have the people that, of course, come in the chat, drop a low W, he's bad at video you all that, Low W, his forehead just go right, like all that stuff. But that's only one out of a margin of people who will actually love and support you. And you shape those people to being your viewers, your fans. And again, it's that if you're shaping your fans, you can put up a boundary, be like, hey, you don't know me, and I don't know you like that, and that's perfectly fine. As long as you be, I feel like as long as you're straightforward with people, they can understand the boundaries. Of course, you'll get the weirdos being like, oh, I know you don't. You don't. You don't though, and that's perfectly fine. But again, it is that just I don't know you, don't know me, but I still support you. I still appreciate you. I still appreciate everything you do. Fan side or content creator side is always, I think, a appreciation kind of thing. There's also a point in Ludwig's video where he talks about when people say you saved my life. At that point, what he basically said was that I didn't save your life. You used me to save your life, and that's perfectly fine. That's what he was saying, and I agree with him to an extent where, yeah, you may not save this person's life, but in their eyes, you did save their life. You made them laugh, you made them smile, you made their days better, and that could really make someone's life have meaning when you exist, and that's you saving their life. Again, they did use you, but I think he might be downplaying it a bit, because I do think that people in those kind of mental states just need something to hang on with, and when they have that something, they get better, and that's perfectly fine. That's great. And then when they finally get out of that murky swamp they're in, they can go, okay, well, I'm okay now. I'll still keep watching them, but I don't need to be dependent on this. And that's perfectly fine. That is what you should do. It's just the people that don't know when to let go, when they think that they need this person to live. And that is what I was thinking of when he said he didn't save lives. The people that are dependent on him are probably worse off, I think, depending on Ludwig, than the people that use Ludwig to to better themselves, and that he did save their lives. I really do think that, but also they did help themselves. That is what I'm trying to kind of spin this as. This is what I'm trying to spin it as. Just okay, this is good and this is bad. As it's bad to keep depending on it, but it's also good though to depend on him and get better. It's people that rely on him that really do need help beyond just concentrators. People that used him, and he did again him saving their lives or whatever, or what they say, and then they let go, or they just realize that, oh, I'm a regular viewer, it's okay, and they just watch him like a regular person. I think that is good help, and that he shouldn't downplay at least saving someone, or at least like make it seem like he didn't do a lot, because he did, or at least a lot of content creators do. Now I'd like to touch on the communities of these big faces of the internet. So as court's been progressing, I've been bored and nothing to watch, but I did find something interesting to watch. And it started with one clip of a streamer saying the N-word. Who was that streamer? It was Sakura Miko, a VTuber from Hololive who was just streaming GTA one day, and she got to the funny scene with Lamar roasting Franklin. It goes,
Never.
in perfect rhythm. That clip really drew me into this whole VTuber scene, which has been blowing up as of this year, and it's crazy how much it's grew. I'm a huge fan. I subscribe to literally every single Hololive member outside Hololive, the Niji Saji members, and independent VTubers. I subscribe to maybe at least 100 accounts. Is it a problem? Anyways, my point was, with the VTuber communities, with the VTuber community, the VTuber community has been one of the most interesting communities I've ever seen, because you have the Japanese, the Japanese bros over there, the ones that really can enjoy the content, and then you have the overseas bros, us, who just kind of watch, and we might understand like a little bit, like a word here and there, but we don't fully understand unless we learn Japanese or whatever we're watching, and we don't really understand, but we still watch because they're cute girls doing cute things and playing games and all that stuff, and then watch translated clips and all that stuff. But The nitty-gritty of the VTuber community is never anything bad. There's, of course, like, you get the, again, like I said before, like, you always have like the 1% of people that are just assholes, that just want to ruin the fun for everyone, you know? But the way the VTuber community is one of the most non-problematic, at least to me. I haven't seen really a lot, but one of the most unproblematic communities I've ever seen. Everyone's just there to have a good time. They love their girls or boys, whatever it is. Shout out to the Hollow Stars. They love their boys or girls, and they watch them. That's it. And they support them. They get the money, all that stuff. It's very contained and just innocent, where it's just people having fun and enjoying the streamers. I go back to that point I point I'm making, where people think that the streamer and them are friends. And I think back to the VTubers, I'm like, okay, do people really think that they're friends? And with the VTuber community, at least, I think everyone knows, including streamers themselves, that okay, we're not really friends. But with the VTubers, they act, because I guess maybe they can hide their faces. They really don't show their faces or anything. They can be kind of more themselves, if that makes any kind of sense, while also playing a character. Because some of the things these girls and boys say, I can feel the generosity, the appreciation for every fan they have. I feel it. It doesn't feel like a lie. It just feels like, it feels so just raw in emotion that, hey, I love you guys. I may not know who you are. I may not know what you look like. I may not know even what race you are, anything. But I appreciate it. I love you. And that is an emotion I cannot get from really any other streamer that streams like their actual face or anything. It's really weird. And that's why I made this video in the first place. I'm thinking, like, is it really all a lie? That, I mean, of course it's a lie. Like, the parasocial relationship is very true, but I mean, like, it can't all just be a parasocial, you know? And that's what made me think about it. And it's so weird, in the sense that I don't think all of this is exactly parasocial, because you got the VTubers, you got other communities like Saikuno's, who I also been recently getting to. His community is a bunch of weird people, and they treat him like a child. But at the same time, I can sense that he really does appreciate his fans. His fans love him. It's like that kind of mutualistic benefits, in the sense that your fans love you, you love your fans, and they help you out, and you help them out. Like, it's that kind of relationship. Saikuno's fans, though, they do kind of baby him, but at the same time, I don't think they mean any ill will. It's just kind of weird. It's just kind of weird. But at the same time, I think it's perfectly fine. To wrap up this video, I would like to say that it may have been sounded kind of amalgamation of all my thoughts. It kind of just sounded like I'm rambling on and on and on. But to kind of scribble all to just one big point, is just the content creator and their fan base. I don't think it's a parasocial relationship to a extent, or at least not widespread. I think most content creators and their fan bases, I think it's more of a mutualistic relationship. I really think so, where the streamer helps the viewer, and the viewer helps the streamer. And I think that's most relationships, or at least most content creator fan base relationships. Because let's say again, the streamer's having a bad day, they stream, they try to cheer up, and their fan base helps them out, and vice versa. The viewers having a bad day, they tune to a stream, the day feels better. They get the money or something like that, they support the streamer, all that stuff. I think that's really it. It's not entirely parasocial, I don't want to say, or at least, again, like, most is probably parasocial, where you don't know stream all that stuff, but I feel like it's more mutualistic than parasocial. It's both, really, but I feel like mutualistic is more realistic a little bit. At least how the human mind, the humans work in general, like, I think it's more mutualistic. And people that even do think that their streamers are like their best friend or something, they're a special breed of the basement gremlins that kind of lurk and seek human interaction without actually going outside and think that this is my best friend, I can't live without them. That is really the people that I think Loving are talking about. And there's a good bit of them, but I don't think that makes up every single fan base in all communities. And that's what I want to say with this video. So thank you, if you watched to the end, thank you very much for watching. What else do I have to say?